I need a box. Morning. Oh, I think I'm live. I'll balance you on the water bottle. Oh, God, it's so warm. Morning, everybody. Laura Thompson, gold medal for her on Facebook. You're winging these medals, Laura. It's weird because it's on StreamYard. They come on a bit differently. So they do come on differently. Do you know what? I've no lippy on yet this morning. Most unusual for me. Oh, I've got some here. I don't have a box of pens. I don't have a box of felt tips. I have a box of lipsticks. Anything will do. So let's look. Laura Thompson's got a gold medal on Facebook. Wendy Silver and Becky Young as bronze. People do ask what the medals are for. They're just literally for, they're imaginary, just a bit of fun, but people take them really seriously. It's a bit harder to give them out on Instagram, especially when I've got such a professional setup of going live on Instagram at the same time because my phone's balanced on my water bottle. And it's just odd because you don't know people's handles the same. Oh, let's have a look. Margaret, you've got your gold. And then Lisa Morris. And then we've got Lisa Morris, you've got your silver. Well done. And we've got good old Matt Pink. Morning, Matt. How are you? You're not back at work? Excuse me. Bear with me. That'll do. Look, Claudia Schiffer now. That's what. So, God, it's warm. I tell you, I've just done I've done my 5K. Done my 5K walk. Let me tell you how many steps I've done. 9,946. 9,946. And I need to do 10,000 steps before 10 a.m. Now, remember, before 10 a.m. or 10 p.m, you decide. Yesterday, I'd done 12,168 before 10 a.m. Before 10 p.m, 16,753. I was actually in bed about 9:45. I was asleep by 10:30. So I did over 16,000 yesterday, which is in line with my 500,000 this month. So good morning. How's everybody getting on? Have a good day at work, Jane. Just fed. She's just fed Timmy the tortoise. How was that? So go me with the medals. Yeah, Laura Thompson, you're hammering it this morning. I love it. Laura takes the medals to Waitrose and she shows them to the checkout girls at Waitrose, her imaginary medals. And they've started following me because they want an imaginary medal. I tell you. Good morning. Saw a moon set and a sunrise. This is what I'm talking about this morning. Just fabulous. Done a 45-minute weight circuit and a 30-minute dog walk. Tracy Dubar, that is exactly what I'm talking about. When you start taking little points of action, this is what happens. You saw a moon set and a sunrise this morning because you made the effort to get up and see the sunrise, still doing it. You've done a 45-minute weights workout and a 30-minute dog walk. And when I get people telling me, it doesn't really make any difference drinking water, what difference does a 20-minute walk do every day? It frustrates me. Well, I don't let it frustrate me anymore. I just think whatever, because I know it's not a 12-week body transformation because nobody sticks to those sort of things. It's all about making the small daily changes that make the biggest difference. And Tracy, living proof of that. I mean, look at that knock-on effect. Michelle Logan, I did great yesterday. 12,000 steps by 10 a.m. and 20,000 by bedtime. Giving my knees a bit more of a rest today, so we'll do 10K by 10 p.m. Michelle, what's brilliant about that is you're being completely flexible. You're not seeing, and this is really important to me, to get you to appreciate that you are not being shit because you don't reach the 10 a.m. target. That's why it's 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. Because what happens, especially with women, you literally, if you think, right, I'm going to do it by 10 a.m. and if you miss out, you think, oh, sod it, what's the point? And then you go and stuff a box of Lindor balls down your face and then you can't be arsed seeing a sunrise and a moon set. And it has such a negative knock-on effect. So it's learning. I want you to do things that you can do for the rest of your life. So that's getting up an hour earlier or half an hour earlier, getting out for a walk, drinking your water. That's why I was so crap last week, because I was in London. That's when my water levels just go to shit, really, is because I'm out of my routine. I'm not here with my water bottle at my desk, even though my phone's balanced on it. I'm looking particularly good this morning, I think. I've just realised I've not had a wash yet. I never shower in the morning. I'm not a morning shower. I'm an evening showerer. Well, I shower, I'm a bather. Very rarely have showers. I prefer a bath. But look at me with my lipstick on. I'll have to remind me to have a wash before I go out after this. So I've forgotten what I was saying now anyway. Thank you. Hey, Tonk Hikes. So Mary on Instagram, yes, I had a 10K this morning, beautiful moon in the sky and sunrise and a lovely chat with a friend. That's what it's all about. And that's what's going to make you feel good all day. And that's what's going to make you get into bed. You're never going to say, Mary, oh, I wish I'd not bothered doing that walk this morning. I really regret doing it. I really regret, seeing that friend. It's just all rubbish. I wish I'd not bothered. That is never, ever, ever going to happen. Whereas if you planned to do that and then you sacked it off because you pressed the snooze button 14 times, those little negative knock-on effects are huge, but they're following the negative knock-on path. They're following that. Remember, the Dyson hair straighteners analogy, it's the tiny little choices that you make every day. And sometimes you don't even get it wrong. Just sometimes we make choices that don't serve us. There's no right or wrong. It's just your choices and the consequences of those choices. I've said it a million times. I'll keep saying it. No right or wrong. There's no bad food, no good food. It's just the choices that you make and the consequences of those choices. And if you are not happy with your circumstance, with how you're feeling, with your weight, with your mood, with what you're achieving, with what you're doing or not doing, if for whatever reason you're not happy with it, then you just simply have to change your choices. That's it. And that's hard. That is hard for a lot of people because the ownership is on you. It is on you and only you, whether it's you want to stop eating as much sugar, whether it's you want to give up alcohol for a period of time, whatever it is. I mean, I know when I stopped drinking back, over 5.5 years ago now, initially, and when I used to be in 1 year no beer, and so many people would come on and go, oh, day one again, day one again, day one again. And they'd ask, how do I do it? How do I do it? And I know it sounds so, you've just got to stop drinking. You've just got to stop picking it up, pouring it in the glass and putting it to your face. The top sugar tip, do you remember? How do you stop eating sugar so much? Stop putting it in your mouth. I know it's hard. It can be hard. It's hard but simple, And I have to fast forward in my head. Like today, for instance, I've had so much sugar this last 2 weeks in London. Oh my goodness, I had loads. And I got bought so much sugar. When we had our tribe meetup, I got bought so much chocolate. And I thought that'll last about 4 months. Didn't even make it 4 weeks. I do. And that's just how it is sometimes. Is it wrong? No, it's not right or wrong. It was my choice to do it all. But obviously it affects your weight slightly. But that I'm not bothered about that. What it does to me is make me feel so tired. I mean, we have enough symptoms, obviously, whether you're perimenopause or menopause, and you have a lot of symptoms. It makes your anxiety worse. It makes my tiredness so much worse, having all the extra sugar. And then it becomes very much like alcohol used to be. You have more of it, you want more of it, and then you're doing it for the wrong reasons. It's gone beyond the point of enjoyment. So that's why I decided yesterday I'm going on this boot camp in Mallorca to celebrate our 30th wedding anniversary. Let me just get that's a bit of oops, that's going to fall off. On Friday, and I didn't want to go feeling rubbish. Now, I'm not panic dieting like I used to do 20 odd years ago. Oh my God, I've not done a diet and I want to get in a bikini. Couldn't care less about that. I don't want to go on a fitness and yoga boot camp feeling like an overgrown slow slug. I just don't want that. I want to feel more vibrant, and that is an inside job. And that can happen with one decision. You can feel different this time tomorrow. This is going to be my challenge to you today. This time tomorrow, you can feel so different just with a few decisions that you make today. It's so unbelievably powerful but it all comes from you. So don't be looking at your friends, don't be looking in magazines, don't be looking for somebody else to come and show you and tell you what to do. It's the choices that you make. Joanne Walker, 7,500 steps so far, brilliant. So it's the choices that you make. So this is why I decided yesterday, I put my post on, I'm doing a 3-day juice cleanse for the next 3 days. Here he is. Bye. Are you off walking now? Right, I'll pick you up on the way. Okay, all right then. Si, excuse me. Will you stay on the canal till Hesbank? Yeah. You have to get a wriggle on. So let's have a look. Oh, excuse me. Tiredness is written all over. Excuse me. He's taking Luther out. So I'm doing a 3-day juice cleanse. I just want to, because it always makes me feel, my body is craving it. It is craving nourishment, nutrition that's easily digestible, that's doing its magic. It's craving enzymes. Honestly, enzymes, it's what you need for every single chemical reaction that goes in your body. Everything that we do, we need enzymes for. And the only way you can get them is raw food. Raw foods, whether it's salads, fruit, raw veg, everything. The easiest way to get it in for me is juices and smoothies. It's like I want to top up my enzyme bank account, because literally we went for a couple of lovely meals in London. But apart from that, I've been having ice cream, chocolate, crisps, all sorts of stuff. And I've been really low on my raw food intake. So I want a huge enzyme dump into my bank account. And that's why the biggest reason why I'd put juice into my diet. So Lisa, currently going through perimenopause and struggling with the depression and mood swings. I'm the biggest I've ever been. Today I'm doing my first gym session after work tonight. Just so hard when feeling very low, but I will get there. Lisa, well done you for taking action on it, because there's only you that can do it, Lisa. And all I can say to you is just keep doing it. It's consistency. And some days, Lisa, you are not going to want to do it. And obviously some days you shouldn't, because you should have rest days. But, my whole thing is wanting to inspire you to motivate yourself to make your own changes, to make your own changes. I don't want you doing a 6-week diet plan. I don't offer diet plans. You won't see diet plans anywhere on my social media, because the best diet is the one that's going to work for you. And we can all do a diet. I spent 30 years doing diets on and off, Slimming World, Weight Watchers, Slim Fast, all the nonsense. It really is. And I was brilliant at doing diets. And you literally just do them, you stick to them, you lose weight. And they do work. Of course they work if you stick to them. We've all done it, going to Weight Watchers, stood in a village hall to be told by Fat Janice that you've put a pound on. And you think, well, why isn't it working for you? What's the point of me coming when it's obviously not working for you, yet you do it anyway? And whether you've put weight on or lost weight, weigh night is chippy night. And you starve yourself all day when you know you're going to get weighed at night. You don't even drink water because you know it's going to weigh heavy. It's ridiculous what women do. It is, but I know I'm not on my own, because obviously I talk about it on here and you all recognise it. Top tip, if you really cannot get out of the diet mentality and you insist on going to Weight Watchers on Slimming World, obviously I know all the tricks. I thought what I'd do, when I do my book and I need to promote it, and I thought I could do a little book tour. I'm going to come round, because I remember Joe Wicks said, you need to do a little, you need to be doing a little comedy stand-up comedian sketch. I said, oh, really? But I could talk about the diet industry for a long time, as you know, and do my own little role plays. I thought I could come round doing little tours of a comedy diet club sketches. But top tips, the first time you get weighed at a diet club, do you recognise yourself in this? The first time you get weighed and you think, do you know what? And you've been going for years on and off to Weight Watchers and Slimming World. You keep changing them up a bit, thinking it's going to work eventually. And you go and you wear your jeans, and you wear your jeans the first time you get weighed, and your boots and your coat. And you take your coat off, but you have heavy stuff on. And then the next time you go, you wear your leggings. So then you know you're guaranteed a bit of weight loss on your first week. And then it gets to the stage where you go in the middle of winter in a strappy top and leggings, you take your watch off and everything. So so you do, it's mad the things that you do. Let's have a look. So yes, so the people who are doing it, do not underestimate, do not sit there and think you have to do a big grand diet plan, that you have to do a couch 5K or an Ironman program, or you've got to give up sugar forever, or you've got to do a really difficult diet that deprives you of the stuff that you love to have. You know, don't ever think you have to do that. You don't. Just go for 10,000 steps, because where your magic comes from is you creating feelings of chuffness. And this used to be the same when you stop drinking, when you stop giving sugar, when you want to change your behavior. You've got to motivate yourself. The motivation doesn't come from outside, it has to come from inside. And that just doesn't happen by accident. You've got to put in some effort. But let me tell you now, when you start putting in little bits of effort, so the lady who's going to the gym tonight, you're going to be chuffed with yourself. Yes, you might feel anxious before you go. I remember what that used to be like when I was heavier and I'd just had Nancy, and going to the gym for the first time in your big baggy t-shirt. And I used to be really fit as well. I've been all sorts. You know, I used to be at a stage where I was super lean and I fancied myself, I tell you. I really did. I thought, oh God, you look really good. I did, but I was knackered. And I used to drink a lot then as well, but I didn't eat much. So I wasn't healthy inside. You know, I didn't eat a lot. I just drank a lot and didn't eat much at all, probably. But it's doing the small little choices. So if you think you're going to struggle doing 10,000 steps, some people whiz 10,000. So look, Claudia, you've done 20,000. That's why I'd get them done before 10 a.m. because it's an effort. I've had to go out and walk a little bit longer. Literally, I'm just going to stand up and just do, because I want to. So I would never do this on a live ever, but I just want to get my 10,000 steps in case I talk too long, in case I forget. So literally I've only got about 50 to do. So just bear with me. You wouldn't usually get me doing this on a live, doing my little marching. I look like one of those Instagram people who come on and wait for the audience to come on. But yes, there we go. Just buzzed. So I've done my 10,000 steps before 10 a.m. Now, you might find that really difficult. I had to make the effort to do it this morning. But once you make the effort, once you, yes, you, I'm looking at you on Instagram and Facebook, once you have made that effort and you succeed in it, you keep doing that and you start to feel chuffed with yourself. You really do. And it doesn't have to be a big thing. It doesn't have to be a week of deprivation of sticking to diets or doing a hard exercise routine. It could be drinking your 2 litres of water. It could be doing your 20-minute walk. It could be doing your 10,000 steps. Do you know what? It could be flossing your teeth. How many people don't floss the teeth? We never used to do that when we were younger. Where did that come from? I hate doing it. But I know if I don't do it, I think it's an age thing as well, isn't it? You notice the difference. So even stuff like that, feeling better about the choices that you're making, because you know the difference. I should have bought them Dyson hair straighteners down. I might do that one tomorrow, the talk about the Dyson hair straighteners. But let me get back to today's little challenge that I've just made up. What choices can you make today you're going to feel ace about tomorrow? So that's all. It can be anything. It could be, do you know what? That garden, do you know what I'm stressing about? I've got some clematis in the garden and it's growing at a rate of knots now. And if I don't go out and just spend 5 minutes training it the way I want to go, it just grows into a great big clump. And I forgot to do it this weekend. So it's on my mind. And so that's not going to change the way I look or anything. But if I make the effort to go out and do it, I'm going to be a little bit chuffed with it. In fact, I'm going to do it before I go to work at Ruth's office where I rent a desk. So I'm going to do it straight after this call. I'm going to go and do the clematis because I'll be pissed off if I don't do it. And when I'm pissed off, it's easier to make shit choices because you want to get rid of that pissed off feeling. So you start thinking, oh, what can I do? Oh, sorry, I'll have an ice cream tonight. Oh, do you know what? I'll have a drink. Well, I won't say I'll have a drink because I don't drink, but that's what I used to do. Oh, I'll have a drink instead. Because you're trying to mask your shit little choices that you've been making all day, that you've been making. But what women tend to do, and men, is you blame other people for those shit choices. Well, Simon's doing my head in, so I'm going to do this. Or it's raining. I was going to go out for a walk, but it's raining. Why do people not go out for a walk just because it's raining? I don't get it. But they do. Oh, it's raining and now I can't go out for a walk. And they really believe they were going to do it. But it's raining. Oh, I was going to do this, but, I was on a diet. I was not going to have any sugar today. But Janice came into the office with a cake because it's a birthday. So I felt rude not having it. You really believe that nonsense that you tell yourself. No, you could have just said, oh, thanks, Janice, but I'm just not having sugar at the moment, but happy birthday anyway. You could easily have done that, but you blame other people for your shit choices. Well, not shit choices, but the choices that are going to make you feel shit, should I say. So that is the difference. You happily blame other people. We all do it. We've all done it. I've done it. I don't tend to do it. I tend to own it, but that's only because I've had years of blaming other things. But what other things can you blame? Literally. But that's a big one when you used to work at the office. Oh, I'm trying to not have sugar, and Janice has bought the cakes in, so it was rude not to do it. And it's the fact that you believe it, but just look for things that you can do, the small things that you're going to be chuffed about tonight. So the way I get it into your head is think about yesterday. What did you do yesterday? Or think about what you did for the whole week. And it's a bit different because it's been Easter. So think about yesterday, for instance, Bank Holiday. What did you do? If you repeat what you did yesterday or what you did all last week, whether it's how much you move your body, how much crap you decide to eat. I've eaten loads of crap this last week and I've not even had any Easter chocolate because people bought me so much from when we had our tribe meetup. I've been working my way through it like a good one, I tell you. And I've had loads, but it makes me feel tired. I've not put masses of weight on because I move my body a lot. But I'm not bothered about that because I know that'll sort itself out. The weight loss is always, always, always a bonus. When I overeat on sugar, and I don't just mean having a little bit, I am ace at overeating on sugar. I tell you, I had a double ice cream yesterday morning and then I had another one last night when I got home. Sometimes that's what I do. I don't drink alcohol, so sometimes I do have more ice cream than I normally used to have. But it's the tiredness. And I think with perimenopause and menopause, my biggest reason for wanting to nourish myself is to help with not being so tired. Literally the fatigue that you feel and having sugar upon sugar and crap food. And if you're not having nourishment, it's the tiredness that makes the difference. Any weight loss is a huge bonus to me. It really is, because do you know what? The weight loss comes. It will happen automatically when you're nourishing yourself, but nothing should ever be off limits. I believe that it shouldn't, but it's what you do most of the time that makes the biggest difference. So if I repeated my week that I've just had of how I've fed my body, that's not going to end well for me. I'll be back up to 14.5 stone that I was like 15 years ago. And I hated not being able to move. I hated the way I felt. I hated the fact I didn't feel strong. I felt livid, not vivid. I want to feel vivid. I love that vivid feeling. So you've just got to do little things that are going to make a difference. So the choices you made yesterday, if you repeated that, where would you end up? And that's the biggest thing. So just what can you do today? I mean, it's just lovely seeing your comments, how people are out walking. Look at that. How lovely is that? Good morning, Sat. I love doing my juice cleanse at the beginning of the month. I know you do it at the beginning of the month. That's great. I'll pass because it's your birthday weekend. Yeah, Shirley, I'd rather have ice cream than booze any day. Me too. Love the hair straightener talk, Claire. I'll do that tomorrow. But it's just the Dyson hair straighteners. or whatever hair straighteners. Do you know what? I might just have to run up and get them. Are you going to wear that? Because I'll just quickly do it now. It's only very short because that's what I've been talking about, really. So can you amuse yourselves while it'll take me 1 minute? Just wait there. Wait there. Let's have a look. Oh, I'm your fitness instructor. Run upstairs. I'm having hot flush as well. Oh, it's crappy, isn't it? I was having one before I went, but that's just exasperated it. Oh, Linda Crouch says she's struggling to get going today. Have a word with yourself. I tell you, remember, it's just choice, Linda. You don't have to do anything. Nobody's forcing you to do anything. So, Linda, watch this. So, Linda's struggling to get going today. So she doesn't have to do anything. She doesn't have to do anything. Nobody's, she might have to go to work. I don't know her circumstances. So she's down here. Down here. This is where we are today. All right, then. So it depends what you do. You can just stay here. But think of this as a bit like life, I think. All the little choices you make today, it doesn't seem to make a lot of difference here. So Linda could stay in bed and then tomorrow she'll be there. So she's taking this path. And then she'll be pissed off with herself because she didn't do anything. So she'll start eating rubbish because that's what we do. So then she'll go up here. And then because she's eating rubbish, she won't feel like she's got much energy. So then she won't do a workout. And then she was supposed to meet Julie for a walk on Tuesday night because the weather's nice now and people don't like walking in the dark. But quite often those people find a different excuse when the darkness isn't an excuse anymore. So she'd arranged to meet Janice and Jackie for a walk. She can't be asked because she's not happy with herself because she's not been doing anything. So then she'll go up here. So, and can you see all the different choices take you further and further away from where you were? But can you see, Linda could make a different choice. She's struggling to get going this morning, so she's here. So what she could do is think, do you know what? I've listened to that talk and seen other people doing the steps. It's not too late. I'm going to get 10,000 steps in today. So she's going to get up and get working. So she's going to come here. She's going to be really chuffed with herself. She's going to go to bed tonight. She says, do you know what? I managed to turn it around because the choices I made, I'm not even following a diet or doing anybody's exercise program. I just decided I wanted to move my body because it's a glorious machine that we've been gifted and we just don't use it often enough. So she's going to be here because she's going to be chuffed with herself. And then tomorrow she's going to think, do you know what? I'm going to do it again. And Jackie's going to bring some cake into the office and she'll either have it with love and without guilt, which is just as good as not having it, by the way, and she's going to be here. So can you see the difference? All those little choices, and that's just over that distance. You imagine putting another 100 foot on there. How far apart the two ends of those straighteners would be. How far apart? You can tell I've not, been using them. But how far apart would they be? All because it starts with one choice, one decision. But what the problem, what people think they have to do, they have to go from there to right up here, in a week. And it doesn't work like that. And it shouldn't work like that. It really shouldn't. So Linda, you've got a choice. But thank you for saying it because so many people will be the same. So the 10,000, you don't need the sheet. If you want the sheet, just click back on a couple of videos and the link will be on. The sheet will come out to you. But you don't need the sheet. Just get your 10,000 steps done. Get them done before 10 a.m. We won't do that this morning. Or 10 p.m. Because it's going to make you feel a little bit chuffed. And when you feel a little bit chuffed, you want to do something else that makes you feel a little bit chuffed. And it starts to build and you start whizzing down those hair straighteners. I tell you, the difference is phenomenal. But just think, if you repeated yesterday's behaviour, where would that put you on the Dyson hair straighteners? And if yesterday was shit, and you felt shit. I mean, you might have had a great time. You might have had a barbecue and drank loads and ate loads, and you've had great memories. That's a good day. That's not crap just because you had crap food. And this is what people get all bent out of shape about. Oh, you should never have. And this is why I will never, ever be in, oh, chocolate is quite good for you, but just have one square of dark chocolate. Why? I don't like it. Well, it's all right, but I only ever have it like I used to have quark and cottage cheese when I was on Slimming World. I'm not a fan of really dark chocolate. Give me a box of Lindor balls, salted caramel especially, any day. So you can keep your dark chocolate, love, because I don't want it. So when you're going to eat stuff that obviously doesn't nourish you the same, it still can nourish your mind and nourish your heart and soul. And that is just as important. But what I don't want you to do is to eat that stuff and then feel pissed off and shit about it, because we've spent years and years doing that. Oh, Linda's getting ready to go out. Come on, tag me on Instagram when you've come back, Linda. And do you know what, Linda? When you go out for your walk, so Linda's now, she was struggling to get going and now she's going to get out. So whatever you do, Linda, I want you to use the time that you're out, just telling yourself how bloody ace you are, that you've managed to make that decision to take action. And that this glorious body that we've been gifted, that we've had, I've had mine for 52 years, this body, and my heart is still beating. My legs still work. My eyes can still see. Yes, I might be wrinkly. Yes, I might be, I've got a Hessian shopper here. Yes, I might have armpit fat and a bit of back fat. Yes, I might be, have a bit extra than what I'd rather. But it's this body. And what do I expect when I shove it with ice cream and crap food sometimes? When I overindulge in that, when I go past the point of, look at me holding my hair straightens up. What do I expect when I go past the point of enjoying food, even ice cream and bloody lovely apple crumble, with lots of double cream on an ice cream. I love that sometimes, I do. But when you eat for the wrong reasons, because you're trying to mask your feelings, because you hate yourself or because you can't be asked going out, so you're pissed off with yourself, so you mask it with the food, that's when it's wrong. That's when it's not nice. There's nothing wrong with enjoying whatever food you want if you do it with love, full of heart and soul. Let's have a look. Oh, well done. Denise says she's done it. She's hyper was 10,000 is too much, but she's been out and she's done a Nordic walk, so she's sweaty. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, Denise. Well done. So hi, Diane. Hope you're all right. Still in London, obviously, because that's where she lives. So I hope that's helped a little bit, but it is just to make you mindful. I mean, doing little free challenges like this for me is nothing to do with the steps, really. It's nothing to do with the steps. It's nothing to do with that. Obviously, it's to get you moving, but it's just another tool to make you feel a little bit chuffed with yourself. Because when you feel chuffed with yourself, you just want more of it. And where else can I do it? Oh, I'm going to start drinking more water. I mean, don't get me on the water talk, I tell you. That's why I've been so tired, because I didn't drink enough water when I was in London. Didn't drink enough water by far. I usually have 3 litres a day, at least 2, between 2 and 3. And I can't talk about it now because somebody's going to say I don't like water and it'll set me off. I might do it. I might do it this week. I'll see. Oh, Sarah, I haven't felt this inspired in such a long time. Sally, thank you, Sarah. But do you know what it is, Sarah? I think it's the realisation that the book stops with you, Sarah. It's not me. It's not anybody else. It's you. You're responsible for your choices. We are a sum of our choices, and that can be a big, bloody, bitter pill to swallow sometimes, because you think, shit, I am responsible for this. You're responsible for how you behave, how you react to other people. Shirley, don't get me going. Does tea and coffee count? You're completely responsible. So it's the choices that you make. And so what choices, and if you had a shit day yesterday and you went to bed feeling crap, hating yourself, calling yourself a fat cow, calling yourself ugly, because that's what you do, because you're not happy with your choices, taking it out on your husband. You know, Simon will come up and go, what have you done that for? Did you do that downstairs? Oh God, and he comes downstairs, you never plump the bloody cushions, you never do this, you never do that, and why didn't you do that? Nag, 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 pick, pick, pick. All because I'm not happy with the choices I've been making. It's some nonsense, it's ridiculous. Oh, hang on. I'm going to have to go. I've got somebody at the door, is on live, so do it tomorrow. So I've lost my train of thread, so I'm just going to get off because someone's at the door. I know they're dropping something off. So I'll speak to you tomorrow. Keep going. What can you do that you're chuffed about today? And if you repeated today, how will you feel tomorrow? Lots of love. Ta-ta. Oh, hang on.